All right, Japanese update here. Things are more or less the same. Slowly improving, obviously, because as long as you do it, you will improve. It's kind of impossible not to. So, forgot what the update was in the last video. I think I moved on. I talked about moving on to bigger sentences, and I've been doing that. I've been focusing on audio. So I stopped focusing on kanji so much, and all my words and sentences that I learn them via audio, rarely via text alone. Text alone, that's the main thing. If I read something, then I put it into one of these apps online, these MP3, text to MP3 converters, and get it played out. It's not perfect, but at least it's not too bad actually. So I get to hear it. I get to hear it. And primarily the reason I do that is because I've been studying for almost 9 months now. About 8 months in or so, I'm listening to audio and I'm thinking, what are all these words? But then when you read the subtitles, you know all of them, but it's very difficult to hear them. And because my listening practice wasn't that great, right? Well, it was. I was always listening. Like every day, I would listen to a bit of Japanese, but I've made sure that I focused way more on it. And after doing that, I've noticed that my listening ability has improved, um, which is good because that means when I do start speaking, then I'll be able to speak the words properly, and I can hear certain things that I wasn't able to hear before, like um, let's say for example, if in the textbook you would see watashi ga, but quite often it would a native speaker would say watashi ga, right? There's that nga, it sounds like a nga instead of a ga, you know. So all those little things are I find quite fascinating. Um, uh, yeah, kanji. I'm still not focusing that much on kanji, but I'm learning the kanji subconsciously as I go by because I'm interacting with the language. I'm seeing the words all the time, and I'm picking up the kanji as it goes by. But I'm not doing any major kanji study. Don't think there's any need for it. And I think I've gotten to the point now where I've got enough of the language in my head to the point where I can start trying to output it a little bit. I don't think I'm at the point where I can start talking yet, but I can start repeating certain phrases and kind of like shadowing basically. So I can start saying some very basic things. I am a man, I am doing this, I'm doing that, etc. I'm going to the store. These are very basic phrases, and my understanding of language is way more complex than that. Does that make sense? Yeah, I can understand way more than that, more than the basic stuff, and I can write way more than that, of course. Somewhere around the like low intermediate level, like coming into mid intermediate. But because I haven't really practiced speaking, my speaking ability is like zero level. So if I'm writing, I can type really quickly, but when I go to talk, I I freeze and I'm like, what is the word and what is the sentence? How do I get that together? There's no practice, there's no muscle memory, so I got to take baby steps and start going through that process. The big question would be, should I have been doing this from the beginning? It's a big question. I don't know. I think no. I think no. I think that time management is key here. And the time I would have spent trying to focus on things like trying to speak a lot and trying to learn kanji and all sorts of various things, I would have been robbing time from learning words and building my vocabulary and getting more familiar with the language. I also would have started to um, how to say solidify some very strange sentences in my mind, which would have become normal. A really great phrase or saying that I heard or read yesterday was, "Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent." It's very interesting. I like that. Anyways, that's where I am. So hopefully, in about 3 months' time, after all the shadowing and the speech practice, I'll be able to start releasing some videos with me saying some basic Japanese. I'm looking forward to that. All right, laters.